this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. This is going to be a brief unboxing to kick off my Refresh Your Stash kit number 4. This is Life of Tigers by Marischa Becker. And I bought this from Diamond Art Club in October of 2022. This is the first time since starting the Refresh Your Stash challenge that I have gone out of order a little bit. I have cheated ever so slightly because I recently showed you All Things Become Love as a completion, and that was my third Refresh Your Stash. But going by the order of when I purchased items, which is what I've been doing so far, my next kit should be A Magical View to Christmas, but the clue's in the name. I could not bring myself to start a Christmas kit in May, so I'm parking that one until we get to the Christmas season, and then I plan to at least make a start on it this year. Because of the seasonal element, I'm not sure if I might have to kind of skip onwards with Refresh Your Stash before I finish it, but that's an issue for future Cat. So this one is a square drill kit, and it is 55.8 by 70.7 centimeters. It's another one that has been sat in my stash, and a bit like Weekend in Paradise was, I have considered destashing this in the past just because I'd had it so long and never really felt the urge to reach for it, even though I still liked the image. But now that I am kind of being forced, for want of a better word, to work on it because of this challenge, I find myself really looking forward to it and glad that I never did destash it. Now I'm going to keep this video quite brief because I do actually have a full unboxing for this kit. If you search on my channel back to 2022, I mean, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching a video from that long ago because goodness knows how embarrassing it'll be, but technically it is there. If you do want to see my full unboxing with my initial thoughts and feelings about this kit. Today, all I'm going to do is just kind of cover off the basics, and then I will park this video until I have a post review for you. So let's have a look. Everything should still be in here because I have always tended to just keep all the bits together. Like I don't take out my toolkits and all that kind of thing. So I assume that's tucked away in here. There's drills. Oh, no, I actually don't. For some reason, at some point in the past, I have removed the toolkit from this. And it does, I'm just double checking, but no, there is no toolkit. So yeah, if you're desperately excited to see what washi tape and cover minder I got, those will be in that full unboxing. So this image is, I think, really cool. I did not get it at first. I guess I didn't pay much attention, which doesn't reflect that well on me, but I'm very much a vibes person with artwork. I go with how it makes me feel and how much I enjoy looking at it rather than looking at it at a deeper level. I'm never going to be an art critic. So I did not realize at the time of purchasing it that what you have is actually 2 tigers, and you've got one facing on and then you've got another in profile in front of them, because at a glance I don't feel like that's super obvious, but actually as soon as you see it, it's like, yeah, no, that would be one weird warped tiger face if it was only one, wouldn't it? But I see a lot of things about this image that are very, very me in diamond paintings. Bright colours, particularly popping out from a dark background. It should be drills that I enjoy, hopefully, if they're nice quality, because it's going to be the 13 facet drills that, as you may have heard me say before, one of my favourite eras of Diamond Art Club square drills. And I have 55 colours, which all look very nice. ABs used to be at the start, so I've got 4 ABs, which are pretty typical of the time. They didn't used to go all in for special drills in the way they sometimes do now. It was pretty much only ABs at this time. Actually, that's not true. I think they had a few other things, like they did use glow-in-the-dark drills occasionally and crystal drills, but those are very kit specific as to whether you can fit them in. So whereas if this kit was licensed now, you'd probably expect to see some fairy dust drills knocking around. This is very much of its time. You've got the white one that was in pretty much everything, red, that yellow, very common. So yeah, a very sort of typical AB colour palette there. And then we also have like Actually, the numbers are in keeping with their number in the DMC order. The letters are somewhat random, but that never bothers me. So yeah, here are, what on earth? Here are the drills. I'm not quite getting around to kitting this up yet. I'm just taking the opportunity to film while my camera is set up for something else. My next thing that I'm going to do is going to be to kit up my next round project and work on that for a week or so. But in about a week, I'll be on to this one, because my rule for myself is that if I finish a Refresh Your Stash kit, I need to have the next one going within that month, you know, unless I finish it on like the last day of the month or something, but that's not happened here. And then the same for my round drill kit challenge. So yeah, having finished one of each this month, I need to get the next ones on the go. But yeah, I love these colours. They look really, really pretty. There's one of those ABs, that kind of light, soft butter yellow. And there's the other one, which is a kind of deeper yellow. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of the AB packs are quite small. Actually, there's the white one. And the red one, I don't... Yes, I do. It's there. It's tucked away there. So probably not the smallest bags, actually. It does look like a kit that could probably stand to take a fair bit of accenting. Yeah, let's take a look at it. I'm intrigued to see what the kind of colour blocking confetti blend is going to be, because based on the artwork, I'm thinking this is going to be a reasonably slow going kit, but I'm notoriously bad at predicting that. So yeah, we shall see. It's got a little bit crumpled at some point. Nowhere that's important, just on the corners. But yeah, I don't know why. This one has had a bit of a rougher ride. Okay. So first impressions, there is tons and tons and tons of black in a way which, actually looking at it in person, this doesn't visually make sense. You just see a lot of black and then random shapes coming out of it. With the extra distance that you have through the viewfinder, you can see that tiger effect. I always really kind of enjoy that in a painting, because I know that once the drills are placed and you don't have the kind of the extra confusion of the symbols added in, that is going to be clear for me up close as well. That's, you know, the beauty of hand rendering and how Diamond Art Club does things. But yeah, it means there will be kind of in the same way that I really enjoyed mystery kits, because you see the image emerge from the background. I feel like I'll get a little bit of that effect. It is, by my standards, a blend of confetti and colour blocking, but by blocking, what I mean is very small patches of colour. Ones that can sometimes work up fairly quickly, but there's no like big blocky areas. There is going to be a lot of changing of colours in the tray, which is pretty much what I expected. Let me show you the top as well. The beautiful florals. I'm betting some of those ABs, yeah, because they're 1, 2, 3, 4, the symbols, and I see 2s all through that area. I see some 1s and 3s over here. And then also going down through here, so the kind of where the light's hitting the nose of this tiger, and then a little bit on the face of the other one. They're also going into this background, which I guess is plant life of some kind, or maybe just sort of more abstract. I'm not really sure. Not everything this painting is easily identifiable to me, but you know, if you're doing a better job of interpreting it than I am, please let me know. The white AB here looks to be some whiskers, whereas this tiger's whiskers are more so the pale yellow AB. And yeah, you got a lot of 310, which is going to be that beautiful contrast with the brighter colours popping out. Love that. So yeah, all in all, looking forward to this one. It is quite nice when my Refresh Your Stash kits are smaller ones, so I can get through them. I mean, this isn't small, it's a medium kit, but like say Weekend in Paradise took a while. A Magical View to Christmas is going to take me ages because that one's big and confetti filled. But yeah, this one should be a nice 2 to 3 week project. and I look forward to getting it started. So that is it until I can come back to you with either some progress updates when I'm working on it, or more likely my post review, which who knows when that will be, but hopefully sometime before too long. Okay, over to Future Cat. Hello, I'm back. So I actually finished this back in June, and it's late July when I'm filming this. I just haven't got around to doing a post review. I did show the completed diamond painting in my end of June review. It was one of, I think, but there were a couple of finishes that month. Anyway, that's by the by. The point is I'm now back to do, and when I say a full post review, I don't think I have a lot of comments on this, but I did decide to myself that I would do a full post review for any kits that I completed as part of Refresh Your Stash this year. And this was my 4th Refresh Your Stash completion. Apologies for any repetition. I filmed the part where I was starting this back in May, the kind of re-unboxing of it. So yeah, hopefully there's not much repetition that I can't edit out. But anyway, let me show you this and then share my thoughts on it. So, first of all, here is, oops, that didn't go very well. Here is Life of Tigers by Marischa Becker at Diamond Art Club. Let me just scroll and show you the whole thing. It is super colourful. And then let me just pull you out a little bit, I think, so you can see a bit more of it in one go. And then I'll start to tell you some stats about this one. I think I planned ahead and got this in the right place. Yes, I did. So, this was, as I mentioned, my 4th Refresh Your Stash kit, my 4th kit that I'm working on as a priority this year to get the oldest kits in my stash done. Because this one was bought in October 2022. We're nearing the end of my 2022 purchases. I'm obviously working on another one now, which is Cat Bookshelf, which I think I showed you in the review as well. And I think I maybe only have 1 or 2 more 2022 purchases after that. Exciting. So this was my 89th diamond painting start and my 82nd ever finish. I'm not the fastest diamond painter. I've been doing this for 5 and a bit years now, and I'm only on, well, I say I've finished another one since this. So on about 83 finishes, but I am doing a lot more this year, so I don't know. I'm not going to hit 100 this year, but hopefully I won't be too far off. It was my 12th finish in 2026 and my 5th finish for the 2026 to 2027 April to April review period that I use on this channel. And I started the kit on 25th of May and finished on the 21st of June. I think I had 2 goes at it. I think I did a few rows one month and then finished it the following month. So, thoughts on this one. So the other Refresh Your Stash kits that I've worked on, I've got to them and I thought, why did I wait so long to work on this kit? You know, I've really enjoyed them. Like Steadfast Heart was a joy. All Things Become Love, I knew I was going to love anyway. Same with Weekend in Paradise. This is the first one that I feel like I understand why it lingered in my stash for so long, and potentially if I had decided to destash this at some point, you know, I wouldn't have been missing it. Now that is not to say that I don't enjoy the finished piece, because I do. It is bright and colourful. It's got tigers. I love tigers in diamond paintings. It's got a lot of the features that I really enjoy in a diamond painting. I did not enjoy working on this as much as I thought I would, considering the gorgeous bright colours. As ever with these things, it's really hard to put my finger on why. You know, it's really subjective a lot of the time why I feel what I feel about a painting, and it might vary from one time to another. There was more confetti in it than I was expecting. Now you might be saying, hey Kat, there is a lot of colour changing in that. Why on earth would you think that it wouldn't be confetti? And you'd be right, I am very bad at judging this. But it's not that I didn't think there would be confetti, it was more that Even the sections which at a glance looked like they might be quite blocky had quite a lot of hidden confetti in. And I guess I found it fairly slow going. So that was one of the things that just didn't appeal quite as much. I cannot decide how I feel about the merged tiger faces. So this is obviously based on original artwork by Marischa Becker. So this is true to the artwork that they appear like that. And I'm not sure whether this is a commentary really on the artwork and the stylistic choice to do that, or the render. You know, maybe the render doesn't bring it out in quite the same way. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sometimes I look at it and I really like it and think that's really cool. Other times I don't quite get it. And it was noteworthy that when I showed this on my month in review, I mean, there weren't a lot of comments about this kit, but the ones that were, it was quite polarizing. There was someone who really enjoyed it. There was someone who was like, hate it, which is fair enough because we all like different things. And, you know, I think they said no offense. It's like, well, I'm not taking offense. It's not my artwork. But yeah, I get why that would be polarizing because it is, I don't know. Maybe they're just merged a little too much, and maybe again that is a stylistic choice. I don't know. I think it's the way the eyes are in line. It means that if you're just looking at it at a glance, you can almost think it's just one tiger, and then you look at it more and it's two, and I don't know. It's a weird one. I do enjoy the fact that the tigers are in all different colours. I did have a comment that the fact they weren't in traditional tiger colours made it hard to kind of see the image coming to life as I went through it. You know, I do love me an abstract painting. So again, this is one of those things where it's like, I would have thought I would have loved this and then somehow I didn't. But yeah, as I was going through it, it was quite hard to tell what was just abstract, random, beautiful colours and detail and what was actually making up a thing like a tiger. And I guess maybe it's nice to know what I'm working on as I go through them. In terms of quality of it, let me get my drills out to go over with you.
Are you live?
I mean, it's recording.
Yeah, I'm back on the video.
I'm editing you out.
Why?
I might not edit you out now, just so you're silly on the internet.
Cool.
Okay, so here is my leftover drills. I have plenty left. I didn't run out, all the usuals. How was I for trash drills? I can't actually remember. Ooh. Okay, so pretty average. I mean, it's a medium-sized kit, so you definitely wouldn't expect this to be overflowing. It's only about half filled, my little trash drill pot. I tend to use the same pots for every painting, and then that gives me an objective guide as to how much trash there was because I'm comparing from one to another. So I did say in my comments that several colours had clump drills, but overall the trash wasn't too bad. This has been a recurring theme for all these 2022 kits that I've worked on so far, apart from Steadfast Heart, which A was actually 2021 and B was round drills. But all of the 3 square drill kits that I've worked on from this period have had issues with clump drills. So clearly there was some sort of manufacturing glitch at that point. If you don't know what I mean drills that are kind of just, well, stuck together. And sometimes they break apart easily with a finger. Quite often I would have to use my drill grinder to separate them. And then you get little scratches on the drill, so it's not ideal. So that's, I mean, it's just one of those things, but when there's a lot, it gets a bit annoying. There were 4 ABs, which you can see here. So we had, oops, hopefully my camera is focusing. There's a nice red one, there's a pale yellow, there's a deeper yellow, and there is a white AB. Let me put these out of the way and then I can actually show you them because they were used quite liberally, I felt, in the kit. So particularly the flowers at the top there, you can probably see that extra little bit of glimmer. Flowers are a really common thing to be accented with ABs anyway. There was also some, I think there's some down here in the whiskers, yeah. There's also patches of yellow going through these, I don't even know what these stripes are. I think they're supposed to be leaves, but they're in random colours. That is a bit of a thing with this. Like, generally the kind of abstract artwork that I enjoy, you do at least know what things are representing. And I think with this one, sometimes I struggle to do that. But yeah, there were quite a lot of ABs spread through it, and you know, that's nice. 4 ABs was pretty generous for this time period. So I'm always happy with a little bit of extra glitz. I said the grid was nice and snug. This was a period when I think this is probably the last kit I'll work on where all of the drills were the 13 facet square drills that DAC brought out in their first big drill upgrade. And as I've said many times before, I really enjoyed this period. They were quite trash prone, but I really liked the feel of them and the look of them. So it's kind of sad that I'm, through doing Refresh Your Stash, going to get to a point quite soon where I don't have any of those left. But hey, moving with the changes. Yeah, I don't have any other comments in my notes. I think it was just one of those paintings that was just a little bit meh. You know, I don't have so many comments because I don't have so many thoughts on it. I probably wouldn't necessarily have thought this kit warranted its own post review if it weren't for the fact that it's a Refresh Your Stash kit. So am I pleased I've done it? Yes, I am. I'm pleased that having sat in my stash all that time, I got it done. I think I enjoyed it more than any resale value I probably could have got for it if I'd just destashed it instead, because it's not, you know, some highly sought after piece. But it was a little bit meh. And you know, that's how it goes sometimes. My latest finish that I finished a few days ago, I absolutely loved. The kit I just started last night, I'm really enjoying so far. You're not going to absolutely love every kit, and I guess I find it interesting sometimes that still after all this time, I can't predict which kits I'm going to really enjoy working on and which I'm going to feel meh about. It's wild. But yeah, I'm happy I did it. Still really enjoying Refresh Your Stash and the way it is making me get out these older kits and working through them. So much so, I feel pretty confident that I'm going to continue this into 2027. My other big goal for the year with keeping a round kit on the go, I may drop, just because I'm finding it hard having too many goals at once because I'm just juggling stuff and not always getting to the things I want to get to. And I feel like I've achieved the goal of that. I have achieved the goal of kind of normalising working with round drills to myself, so I won't feel put off by it. Refresh Your Stash is going to be an ongoing thing for me, just continuing to chip away at the oldest kit in my stash, not rushing through them, not working exclusively on them, but always having the oldest kit on the go. And yeah, I am glad that it gave me the push I needed to get this kit done. And I do think it is very, very striking and fun to look at with all these colours. You know, how could it not be? So that is it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like on it and also leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Are you team merge tigers or team yuck, don't merge tigers? Because probably based on my review, it will again be quite polarizing for people. Or maybe the people that this really isn't their thing won't have clicked on this video. We shall see, but do comment and let me know. And yeah, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.